Hello and good day. My name is Chris Palmer with chrispalmer.org. In today's video, what I'd love to answer for you, is there a difference in site structure, or is there a specific site structure that you should be using? You know, at the end of the day, I've seen two separate site structures be a success, either flat or utilizing depth of relevancy or depth of concept siloing. Now, what I want to do in this video is I want to explain to you the two separate concepts and how they work. But the real point that I want to get across in this video, it's not that one's better than the other. There's advantages to both. There's some things that are better about a siloed structure over a flat structure, and there's some things that are better about a flat structure over a siloed structure. But what I want to point out to you is it's not that one's better. It's either or, and do what's best for you. So let's break down in this video what are the two types of structure, and then I'll give you some pros and cons, and I'll let you decide for yourself. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. But before I do, I want to point out chrispalmer.org. Regardless if you need services, if you need done for you, done with you, or if you need consultation, if you just need another set of eyes, we have a magnitude of different services you can order right from here, individuals, or if you just want us to manage it all, click on this and we can take care of it. Enough about me. Let's get into structures. Now, like I mentioned just before, there's two structures, right, that I have seen and I generally use. Now, what I'm talking about primarily right now works very well for affiliate. It works exceptionally well in local. It works good for everything. Siloing down your content works exceptionally well. But what does that look like? And what are some of the benefits of it? Let's talk about it. First and foremost, we have to establish a website. There needs to be a homepage. So I'm going to break down this structure first. This is siloing or building depth of concept. What we're going to do is we're going to have our example. Let's say it's We Buy Houses. Houses.com. All right, let's make this big so we can see it. So that's the brand. Now, We Buy Houses wants to offer, buying of houses or selling your house fast in specific states, more importantly in cities. All right, so in order to build out a structure, it will look something like this. We Houses. So now we have our homepage and a top level page. All right, now let's start talking about some other things. Point this out to you. And then this would be off of that would be but then we also are going to have another one would be best. Let's talk about this. Now, what we're doing here is called a silo or having depth of concept. Now, as you can see, this is the homepage. Our top level page is We Buy Houses in Texas. All of these other pages here, this one here, Sell My House Fast in Austin, which is a city page. Also, Why Sell Your House? This is informational. All of these, whether it's city or informational, is supporting the main concept. What's the main idea? We sell houses, or We Buy Houses in Texas is the top level page. So if we were to draw this out just to make it more visual, I'm a visual learner, so I assume you are. You have a homepage. This is your homepage. We talk about many things. For instance, this here is our top level page. In this case, it's We Buy Houses. Now, off of Texas or under Texas, we have our city pages, and you can have multiple city pages. But then we also have what is called supporting content or informational content. There's info, and then there's city. What this is doing is we're drilling down or building depth of concept, or this is called siloing our content. We have a top level page, We Buy Houses in Texas. We're referring to buying houses inside of Texas. Then to build more depth of concept inside of Texas, we buy houses in Austin. We buy houses in Houston. We buy houses everywhere in Texas. And then to support We Buy Houses in Texas, who should buy houses in Texas? Who should sell houses? When should I sell a house? What's the average price of houses in Texas? Whatever you want. We also like building a best of list. What this is doing is building depth of concept underneath our primary page, which is We Buy Houses Texas. Top level page is always going to be state information, state, city information, depth of concept. Now, what are some of the advantages of siloing this way? The main advantage is most, but a vast majority of the web is using WordPress. What we have found is for internal linking, it is very easy to create what is called category pages right? Like We Buy Houses would in Texas would be the category page. And from that categories, it's then also easy to build the menu. It's easy to build out a menu, a navigational menu inside of WordPress based on a category. Or if you're going to use pages, I could set the parent page to be the page in Texas, and then I can have the child be underneath it. It's easy to create menus based on states or based on services, whatever you want. I can create a menu, and then I can internally link in the sidebar up at the top. I could do it in the bottom. I could do it in the footer. It's very easy then to put multiple internal link elements within a page using menuing and category page, right? Or the parent child. You can do it any way you want. But inside of WordPress, it's very, very easy to manage your content. Gee, I wonder why. Content management system, WordPress is number one, right? We can all agree on that. It makes it easier to do it. This is one of the reasons why we do it this way. But we're also trying to build depth of concept. And this is one way to do it. The other way of doing things, and this is what I want to talk about, keeping things flat. Now, it's not that one is better than the other, and let's talk about what flat is and some of the benefits, but also the big reason why I prefer the other way and the drawbacks, like why I prefer to silo this way as opposed to keeping everything flat. The biggest drawback of keeping things flat is because I have to create, we're going to talk about it right now. Let's use the same, let's just do it a little bit different. Let's do sell my house. Let's just say, for instance, if I'm building sell my house fast and I want to keep everything flat, then what that would mean is that my top level page is still going to be the same. We Buy Houses, Texas, right? Then on this page right here, I build out a page. I create a web page, and on that page, I create a section that's going to list out cities, and I would have to manually add those cities into the top level page in order to click on that article, that page, that supporting page, but it's not supporting. It's not supporting the main concept, right? If I were to click on this here, bear with me here. If I click on a city page, if you're doing a flat structure, it'll still look like this. Sell my house fast. I click on a city page, and then it takes me to We Buy Houses in Austin. Top level page still is there, but I'm keeping the site flat. Hey, it's right off the root. Being off the root shows a lot of importance to a page. You're making every page a top level page. What you'll generally do in this instance is you'll build your informational off of here. So this will be info. And then when I build my city pages off of the root, if I'm keeping the structure flat or flatter, then I'll build my info here and I'll make it specific. The biggest drawback to this is all the internal linking. I don't have the benefit making menus and setting categories. I don't have that benefit. I have to do every single link, every internal link. So the amount of A tags and the amount of internal linking generally is less. On top of that, hugest drawback to keeping it flat, if something changes, a piece of information needs to be added, I change a URL, I have to add something, I need to go to every page that's referring to Texas. Because remember, I'm internally linking everything still. Still has to be internally linked. But every change, every modification, every single thing you did initially, I have to go back and do it again because I have to add or modify or take away. This is a massive drawback. Huge drawback, right? And then on top of that, how Google has shifted, this is a great way of doing it if you have a small site. A small site. You have a tiny little site, 100 page, 250 pages, that's manageable. When you start having thousands of pages, hundreds of blog articles or informational articles, hundreds, thousands of city pages, 50 states, hundreds of cities, and then hundreds, I should say thousands of cities, thousands of informational pieces. It's just too much to manage. If you have a little teeny tiny site, 250 pages, 300 pages, okay, you want to keep it flat. You want to signify to Google that every single page is massively important, but just note that there's a lot of manual work that needs to be done consistently. And to be very, very effective, keeping it flat, I need to properly interlink everything. So if I build out on my We Buy Houses Texas page, I need to make an internal linking block here that lists out all the cities. When I click on the city, I also want to link to other cities that are within Texas on those pages. So I have to put that same block, that same block, that same block. See what I'm getting at here? The big reason why I like this is because I'm working on larger sites. And with WordPress, it's very easy based upon state, based upon information. It's just easier for content management. On small sites, or single state, single service, single city sites, yes, keep it flat, yes. And it's not that this is better than this. You're still going to build depth of concept, because if you're building informational, it's always going to support a commercial intent page. I'm never going to lead with information. Never, ever, ever, ever. Not if my main goal of the website is to sell something or to buy something, or it's commercial intent based. If my website is commercial intent based, the only pages that are coming off that route are commercial intent based. If I'm building information or blogs, it's going to support a main idea. So the drawback really with this is just with content management. It's generally for smaller sites. Yes, you get a slight advantage by keeping things flat. For sure, there's no question. It's also a lot more work, and there can't no mistakes. It's easy to look through your multiple menus. Like when you're inside of WordPress and you have a boatload of menus based on state, there's only 50 menus. And then I have my supporting article menu. You just go down the list. Oh, I need to make a change. I go into the menu and I make the change. Easy, done. I have bulk menu creator. Super simple. Like it's a lot easier for big sites that we. It's not that one's better than the other. It's just for long-term success and for management and for larger projects, I prefer siloing this way. It's not that I don't silo this way, I do, but there's a lot more manual work that goes into it. And that's the key differences. You're still going to silo. Commercial intent always goes off the root, and then we have information. If you're just a blog, then you build all of your content off of the root. It makes perfect sense. I want to rank information. 100% of the businesses that I work with, where high commercial intent keywords always lead. I hope this breaks down the difference between flat, a massively structured or siloed website. The differences are very clear. This one has more manual work. It's more geared towards smaller websites. This over here has a lot more capabilities of keeping things in order, plus it's for larger websites. Not that one's better than the other. They both have advantages and drawbacks. I love both of these styles. Just depends on the project. Hopefully this answers it for you. What's the difference between flat and siloing? My name is Chris Palmer with chrispalmer.org. If you're having trouble understanding siloing or foundational SEO, getting your structure right, getting your on-page right, doing keyword research, keyword gap analysis, anything it's SEO related, I'm your guy. Please book a time with me or ask a question below, and I look forward to seeing you in the next On-Page SEO, what's the difference between flat and siloed websites video. Have a great day.